after an overnight stop at Costa Coffee, just through the bridge here, we've now pulled forward and we're on the water point, and we are now filling with water. And then when we finish that, we're going to head down through the locks into Chester. But before we do, we're just going to wait for the bears on Bears Aboard, because they're going to follow us. They will want water, and then we'll go down the locks with them. Together,
yes. Save water.
Save water, yeah, exactly.
This week we're still on the Shropshire Union Canal heading towards Chester. We leave our mooring at Costa Coffee and head downstream through 5 locks into Chester Basin, descending the daunting Northgate locks.
And the trees have now got buds on them and leaves are starting to reappear again, so I think we can say spring's here.
Whilst walking the dog that night, I looked up into the sky and spotted this strange UFO-looking phenomenon slowly drifting across the sky. Turns out the spiral was created after the SpaceX Falcon 9 first stage booster, which blasted it off the ground, separated and the upper stage took over. As the booster fell back to Earth, it vented leftover fuel which froze into the reflective crystals. These crystals caught the sunlight, creating the bright spiral pattern you can see in the video. In order to get into Chester Basin, we first have to descend 5 locks. The first being the Christleton Lock, then Greenfield Lock, Tarvin Lock, Chemistry Lock and Hall Lane Lock, and finally the 3-chambered Northgate Locks staircase.
We're now at Christleton Lock. We've just come down the lock with another boat, and we're now going to help Steve and Andy down in Saoirse, and then the pair of us will be travelling together into Chester.
Telling them how to do the lock.
Anti-dog day, yeah. Barking and howling at every dog. And of course we're locking down with Steve and Andy. Yay! Catching Jan and Tony up apparently, who are now stuck because the paddle gear has failed on the next lock. So we got to wait. So we're currently now waiting at Chemistry Lock, and you know what happened at Chemistry Lock. There's a boat waiting to come up. I think it's a hire boat, and then we can go down. So bit of a wait on this one. There are two coming down the locks behind us. Always tell you're in Chester when you see the water tower as you come out the lock. So this is the pound between Chemistry Lock and Hall Lane Lock. Hall Lane Lock being the last lock before the town. And those lovely little Chemistry Lock cottages there that we've always said we wouldn't mind living in. Got to admire the architecture on this tower. Absolutely fabulous. Just look at that. Some workmanship gone into building that. And it looks like the gnomes are still home. And of course our last lock of the day. This is Hall Lane Lock. It's lovely here. Love this old schoolhouse. Beautiful. And the final lock of the locks going into Chester. This is Hall Lane Lock. And the familiar shot tower in the background there behind the tree. These gates will open and then we will see Chester laid out before us. Well, it looks like the car park now is being converted. It's probably going to be another block of apartments. Yeah, it is. And there's the Mill Hotel up ahead. All the familiar sights of the city already. There's the old Harker's Arms, a popular pre-night club haunt. Looks like the moorings up here are quite busy, and I don't think there's room for us up the top here. Now we're coming up to the Northgate locks. Now the bears have stopped to fill up with water, so we're going to be going down these on our own, I think. The theme from Narrow Escapes. It was here that we were being filmed as we came down into the basin, if you recall. Now, you'll recognise these locks. These are the Northgate locks, and we're in the top chamber. And if you recall a few years ago now, this is where we were filmed for Narrow Escapes, as we were coming down in the basin to meet the two girls, Amy and Joanne.
But the canals of Chester present an auspicious homecoming, as they have to tackle its famous three-tiered staircase locks.
Scary locks, as everybody calls them. And the pigeons have settled on the gate for a ride. They do it every time we come down here. Now in the second chamber, or the middle chamber of the three, basically we've carried our own level of water out of the first lock into this lock, and now we use this water to go into the next lock. So although we've come down 3 locks in total, we've only actually used 1 lock's worth of water. And the bottom and final chamber of the day. It's the bottom chamber of Northgate locks. Ahead is the railway line. Under the bridge round to the right, and we're in the basin. Hopefully there's still a mooring there for us. Tony did report that there was a mooring space in front of him, and there was plenty of space on the student accommodation block side. So we will see when we get there.
While we're mooring up, can I say a very special thanks to our Patreons and YouTube members and Ko-fi members. As always, a massive thank you guys. We really appreciate your support.
2 years of boating, a long-awaited reunion.
She's the eldest.
Oh, she is.
Well, hello everyone, it's Steve and Chris here. Our future selves, we thought we'd just finish the vlog with a couple of announcements. We've got about 3 announcements to make, I think.
Well, I know one of them.
Yeah. So the first one is, like all the other vloggers, we are going to Crick this year. And although we keep saying we're not going to do it again, we are going to be doing it this year. But this year we're only going on Sunday. So we're going to drive down for the day, mainly to support Gary with his hair trim.
Yes, yes,
So
if you haven't sponsored him.
If you haven't sponsored him, I'll leave a link down below.
Yeah.
So you can do that. And we'll be there Sunday. So like all the other vloggers have been saying, if you do see us there, do come along and say hello to us. We'd love to meet you. And it's nice to put a face to a name on the comments.
It is, yeah. That's great.
Yep.
And the second piece of news
Yep.
is, as you can see, we've got our Narrow Escapes mugs. No, we are not appearing on Series 2, but Series 2 is going to start to be aired on the 5th of May at 4 PM on Channel 4. There are some great people taking part in this second series, so you don't want to miss it.
So that's weekdays, Monday to Friday at 4 PM on Channel 4. And this time there's a little bonus. It's 25 episodes, not 20 like last series.
Yes.
So there'll be more people to see, and there's some old favourites going to appear on there as well. So look out for Narrow Escapes on that one. And the final notice is that, as you know, our Amy is expecting a baby at any time.
No,
not yet. She hasn't had it yet, but I believe if she hasn't had it by the 29th, is it?
Well, she's seeing the consultant this week, and I think if it hasn't made an appearance, this baby is going to be evicted, as Amy puts it.
Yeah.
So it will be soon.
Hopefully at the next vlog, we'll have some news on that score, and hopefully some pictures.
Yeah, we'll try.
Being well, so we'll try and do that. So that was just to pop on to give you those little bits of news, and to say thank you very much to all our new subscribers that are watching. We seem to have had another flurry of new subscribers, so thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate that, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
And that's it for this week, folks. I do hope you enjoyed the vlog, and hope you will join us next Sunday for our next episode. Until then, stay safe, look after yourselves, and we'll see you next week on Life on Board AmyJo. Bye.